So here we're going to look at finding a new value for something when we've increased or decreased by a percentage. So like most things with percentages, the first thing we'll do is convert the percentage to a decimal, and we can do that again by dividing by 100. The next thing we need to identify is whether it's an increasing problem or a decreasing problem. Because if it's an increasing problem, we take the original and we times it by 1 plus whatever the decimal amount is. So you can think about that visually as original times 1 point something, where the decimal amount goes into there. The way we look at a decreasing problem is by timesing the original amount by 1 minus the decimal amount. So this is going to be the original times a 0 point something, because it's going to need less than 1 since we've subtracted away some bits. Okay, let's look at our first example. There are 200 students at school. Next year the roll is increasing by 15%. How many students will be at the school? So there are 200 students. This is going to be our original amount. And next year the roll is increasing, so they've given us a good keyword there, increasing. We know it's going up by 15%. So, converting 15% into a decimal, we get 0.15. And what happens here is that if 200 is 100%, we want to find 115% of that, which is why we go 1.15, which we get from going 1 plus 0.15. That's where that comes from. And we times by the original amount, which was 200 students. So again, 200, the original, times by 1.15, because we're increasing by 15%, so we want 115% here. And this is going to get us 230 students. And as a habit, it's a good idea to stop and double check our answer. Does it make sense? 230 students is more than the original 200 students, and we've increased, so this makes sense. We've gone from 200 to 230 students. Taking a look at a second example, a store is having a 20% off sale. How much will a jumper regularly priced at $62 cost? So $62, this would be your original. And the 20% off sale, what does this mean? This means decreasing. I'm going to go down in price because I'm on sale. So turning the 20% into a decimal, we get 0.20. And to complete our problem, we're going to have the original, which is 62, times, well, here we need to put in a number that is actually going to be a 0 point something. And how we figure that out is by saying 1 minus 0.20. And in this case, we get 0.80. So 100 minus 20% is going to give us 80%, the 0.80. So that's where that number comes from. We're decreasing, so we minus the percentage off of 1. And here, 62% times 0.8 gives us 49.6. But remember, we're talking about money here, so make that have 2 decimal points. And a dollar sign. So $49.60. So again, if you're increasing, you're going to take your original and times that by 1 plus whatever the percentage is. And if you're decreasing, you're going to take the original and times it by 1 minus whatever the original was, or 1 minus whatever the percentage was. So again, increasing, think about it getting bigger, it's 1 plus. Decreasing, think about getting smaller, it's 1 minus. And double check. Does it make sense? $62 regularly priced on sale, $49.60. That is less, so yes, it makes sense.